Hello everyone and welcome back to Tinderloss Gaming and welcome back to my playthrough of Arkham Horror 3rd Edition Ithaquas Children. Hope you're enjoying this new playthrough. I'm really enjoying playing Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. It's a great game, I think. Personally, it's got some nuances to it, but overall I think it's a pretty decent game. Standard stuff to start off with. If you're liking what I'm doing on the channel, if you could please like and subscribe, that really is helpful. Heading towards the dizzy heights of 100 subscribers now, so that's really good to see. So it shows I'm doing something out there that people are liking, so if you could like and subscribe, that'd be really useful. So without further ado, let's get across to the main table. Let's try that. Try pressing the right button, that will help. Okay, so this is where we're at. We are playing through the Ithaquas Children scenario, and at the moment we're trying to kill this Wendigo over here. Not too bad. We've got Zoe, who's currently... well, actually, let's get up the good old table cam so you can see. There we go. Okay. So we've got Zoe, who's Samaras, who's our lead investigator. She's currently engaged with this big old guardian beast who's got 5 health, I've worked out, because it's got 2. We're elite 1, so it means it gets +1 health for each other investigator. So we've got 1 health to take off it at the moment. Zoe's taken a little bit of a battering from it, but she has become driven, and she's got her chef's knife. She's got a spell actually, which for her is pretty good. She's got intervene, which is good. So we'll go from there, and then we've got, if I spin round, we've got Kate Winthrop, who's got a lucky cigarette case, research notes, and flux stabilizer. Her and Preston are currently in central Kingsport, trying to deal with all the terror and the doom and stuff that's going on down there. And we've got Preston, who unfortunately at this point has become a little bit cursed, which means he's rolling 6s. After he passes a test, he can discard it. But he is being accompanied by Chuck Fergus, one of his allies from the mob. So there we go. That's where we're at with regards to the game. So you can see here's the game table. We've got a high priest up here who's sort of casting doom and all sorts of stuff. So that's our next location. Zoe's heading towards the Wendigo with a bit of terror in there as well. Yeah, we've got 1 doom on the card at the moment, which means when we get to 4, that's going to do something. But hopefully this will be quite a productive couple of turns. Usually do about an hour or so, and we'll go from there. So let's get back to the main camera in a second. Let's just swing around so we can get back to the oh, turn that off. There we go. Okay. Right, without further ado, let's get into the action phase. And we're going to start off with Zoe, I think, who's going to try and continue to take on this guardian beast. First action for her, Zoe. First action for her is she's going to focus her strength, which takes her up to 4, and then her chef's knife is going to give her +2. So her second action is going to be to roll 6 dice to try and finish off this guardian beast. So bring up the good old dice cam. 6 dice. Come on, Zoe. So 1, 2, 3 hits on the guardian beast, which is enough to kill it. So that means we're going to have to do a few bits and bobs here. So the guardian beast has got 5 health. It's got 4 on it, so it's dead. So that goes. It does give us a remnant. The card has got a remnant token sign on it, so it does give Zoe a remnant, so she's going to get that. It's got retaliate, but we don't need to worry about that. So that goes to the top of the deck. There, like that. So let's read Zoe's card to fully understand what's going to happen here. So we've got the Grace of St. George. After you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 doom from your space or recover 1 health. Well, she's going to recover 1 health because she took a bit of a knock from the beast, and she's not really that worried about Doom at the moment, so we'll take that. And after you defeat a monster with Elite, you become Blessed, which is awesome for Zoe, because Blessed is 4s, 5s or 6s count as success. But after I fail a test, you've got to discard this card. But she's driven at the moment and she's Blessed. I think that's it for Zoe. Yeah. So she's going to turn her little thing over to say she's done. And then what have we got? We have got either Kate or Preston to go next. I think we're going to go with Kate first of all. I think we're going to go with Kate. And I think the first thing that she's going to do is she's going to go for a research action to try and put a clue onto the card. The clue, if we put a clue onto the scenario card, we can then remove that clue to do 2 damage to the Wendigo, and I think the Wendigo is going to be a bit of a fatty. So she's going to do a research action first of all, and her observation is 4. So she's going to be rolling 4 dice. What else has she got? Once per round would you re-roll a dice. Once per round you can add mad ones when resolving a test. So let's just roll it first, see what we get. So she gets 2 successes. She gets 2 successes. So that means that clue is going to go from her card onto the scenario card, which is good. That's her first action. Her second action, she's already, now do I just try and keep the Doom down? Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. I'm going to do a ward action, which is testing law. She's got 4 in law as well. So she's researched and then she's going to ward. So with 1 success, basically, she gets 3. Oh God! Hang on a sec. Right. So 3 successes, which means she takes off that Doom, and that is it for Kate. Now, what is poor old Preston going to do? Who's cursed? He's gonna move for 1 into there. What we're going to try and attempt to do here is actually get rid of this cursed. So he is actually going to ward. He's going to attempt at warding. He's going to attempt at warding. Yeah, he's only got 2 law. And he needs to roll a 6. The quicker we can get rid of this curse, the better. And I can spend a dice to re-roll 1 dice. So let's just try 2 dice, needing the 6 to ward. 2 law. No. So we'll spend $1 to re-roll 1 of those. Use a different dice. And he gets it. He gets a 6. So first of all, the Doom comes off. 1 Doom comes off, which is good. And then what Cursed says is your 6 is only counted as a success after you pass a test. Discard this card. So that is good. Cursed is gone. But that was Preston's second action. That's good. Happy with that. Took a doom morph and also got rid of cursed, which is awesome. Money Talks came in there really nicely. Okay, so that is it for Preston. We're then going to go on to the monster phase. That High Priest is going to continue to put Doom up the top there, so that really needs to be our next area to go to, and we can go there. Oh, did I miss that Hulking Thrall last time? I think I might have missed that Hulking Thrall. Oh, my apologies if I did. That's annoying. But there we go. That's one of those things. That's one mistake I think I've made, but we'll come back to that. So that is going to move and head towards the highest. So that's going to move there and engaged with Kate. Once it engages, we can see what it's got. It's got 2 health. No minus on the strength, no minus on the observation. After this monster attacks, you become cursed unless you spend 1 remnant. Oh god. Oh dear. So that's the monster, that's the move. High Priest is done. Terror's going to be spread in north side. Oh dear, that's getting really quite terrific there. So we'll take that away. And we'll replace that with a 3. Zoe needs to deal with him, and we put another card on north side. So that's now got 3 terror cards on it. Ouch. Each engaged monster deals damage. So the Thrall is going to do 1 and 1 to Kate. 1 and 1. And she's going to become cursed because she has not got no remnant to add. So that she's going to get the cursed condition, which is slightly frustrating. And I think that's it for the monsters. High Priest, Wendigo, Hulking Thrall. We've got no others on the board. Let me just quickly double check. Nope, we're all good. So that's it for the monster phase. We're now going to go on to the encounter phase. Zoe this time is going to have an encounter because she's not engaged with anything. So she's at Rivertown and she's at the Black Cave. Black Cave. A cold wind suddenly extinguishes your lantern. You could turn around and leave the way you came, but a tiny light in the distance seems to call to you. You may become fatigued to travel through the cave and gain a guiding spirit. You may become fatigued. What's the guiding spirit? I need to know what that really is before. Let's have a little look. It'll be in this deck over here, I'm sure. Guiding spirit. I think we're allowed to look. I'm not sure. Guiding spirit. Maybe. Right, good standing. Grave digger. Guiding spirit. Once per round, you may discard the top card of your neighbourhood's encounter deck. If you discard an event this way, discard 1 clue from your neighbourhood and spawn 2 clues. Gives her 2 sanity. Once per round, you may discard the top card of your neighbourhood's encounter deck. If you discard an event this way, discard 1 clue from your neighbourhood and spawn 2 clues. Nah, don't think it's worth it. I could be wrong there. I could be wrong. But I'm not going to become fatigued, which basically means you lose an action. And that was it for Rivertown, or Zoe's encounter. working through, we're going to go to Kate. Well, she's engaged with the Hulk enthrall, so she won't be having an encounter there. And then we've got Preston, who's at the Congregational Hospital at Central Kingsport. Now, this is where we start the terror process, because it's got one terror on it. We still get an encounter, but the first thing we do is take the card off. There's only one card on Central Kingsport, and we look at it. 0 to 1, 2 to 3, 4 plus, but it's 0 to 1. As you warm yourself near the fire, a voice whispering at the edge of your hearing instructs you to extinguish the flame. Test will. Oh, he's only one. So let's have a little look-see. Is he going to pass? 5s and 6s. Nope, he fails. Do I want to re-roll that? I think I will re-roll it. Pay his $1 for money talks to re-roll it. And he passes. If you pass, you stoke the flames and shut out the insidious voice. If you fail, blah blah blah. So that's it. Terrors are usually pass, nothing happens, fail, something bad happens. So that's the terror bit done, and then he gets his encounter at Central Kingsport, which is at the Congregational Hospital. A string of smouldering footsteps lead up the hospital door and then disappears. Gain 1 clue from your neighbourhood. Yep, there we go. Good old Preston gains his second clue. The terrified doctors want to leave, worried about their families. You may spend $1 to convince them to stay. If you do, you or an ally may recover 2 health. Well, he doesn't need to do that because he's got no health lost. So that's it for Preston. And that is it for the encounter phase. Okay. We then move on to the oh so delightful mythos phase. We'll stay in the same order, so we'll start off with Zoe, who's going to draw from the bag, and she's going to get a terror token, which means we spread terror. Spreading terror, just remind ourselves to spread terror, place 1 terror token in the indicated neighbourhood. So that's going to be Zoe in Rivertown. Oh, let's just do that so we know what we're still doing. Then to attach the top card of the terror deck to Rivertown. So that's going to go over there like that. That's fairly straightforward. And then Zoe's second last one in the bag, which is a clue. So the clue is going to go at Rivertown, which is awesome. At Rivertown, and then that one's going to go into the top. Oh, so many cards going on now. That's north side, apologies. And that's Rivertown there. So we take the top 2 cards. We'll grab that card. We mix them all around. And then put that back with the terror card on the top. And that goes back there, like that. Now, because the bag is empty, we grab up all of our tokens. We put them back in the bag. And then what we do, give it a good shake, and then we move on to Kate for her mythos phase. And the first one she's going to draw. First one she's going to draw is Terror. Ouch. Right, so Terror goes on to Central Kingsport. Terror card goes on to Central Kingsport. That's that. Oops. Second one is going to be gate burst, I believe. Yeah, gate burst. So gate burst, take the top card of the event deck, which is Innsmouth Shore. Place one doom in each space in the neighbourhood, shuffle the card into the discard and place it on the pile. So, right, one doom in each space. Ouch, this is going to hurt. One doom in each space. So, 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be, take those off. Put that there. I'll come back to that in a second. Then we get shuffle the card into the discard and place on the bottom. So that comes in here. There's only two of them. How can you shuffle two cards? There you go. Try not to look. And then that goes on the bottom. That's that. Well, then we look at the when a neighbourhood has 6 or more doom, remove all doom from one space and place one doom on the scenario sheet. So we'll take those 4 off, and we're now at 2 doom on the scenario sheet, which is not good. We're halfway there. We are halfway there. So that is it for Kate. Then we'll go to Preston for his 2. First one is Doom. Doom is going to be East Town, and it's going to be Hibbs Roadhouse. You can see a theme here. And then he's Preston's last one. It's going to be Spawn a Monster. Spawn un Monster from the back of the good deck, and it's going to be a Ravenous Predator. Spawn at the unstable space, which is Hibbs Roadhouse, and it moves Hunter. It moves directly to and engages the lowest will. Preston is 1, Kate is 2, Zoe is 4. So that's going to spawn there. Need to remember him. And that is it for the Mythos phase. Whew. Right, okay. We are back to the action phase. Now, I was thinking about moving Zoe, because we need to head. I think I need a couple of more clues on the Wendigo. I think I need a couple of more clues on the Wendigo. So she's going to stay there because she could potentially get a clue. And she's going to do some focusing, I think, to start off with. So she's got 1 sanity. She's got a remnant. She's got $2 if she needs it. Okay. What are we going to do with Zoe? We probably want a ward to start with to keep that doom low. Testing law. She's got a focus limit of 2. So she's already focused in on her. She's going to go law. She's going to go law. Or do we just try and go in and batter the monster? I don't know what health it's got because I play this game like I don't turn the cards over until I sort of need to. So so I don't sort of have a pre-idea of what they're going to be like, which makes it a bit more interesting. So I think I'm going to stick with that. So first action for Zoe is to focus her lore, and then what she's going to do is she's going to have a crack at warding that piece of doom off, because she wants to stay there and hopefully grab the clue. She's rolling 4s, 5s or 6s because she is blessed. And she gets 2 successes, so she is going to take a doom off of her space. And there we go. She was successful in that. She's got 3 focus because she's driven as well, so that's not too bad. Right, where are we going to go to next? We're going to go to I think Preston. I think Preston first of all. Yeah, because he is going to... What Preston's going to do is he's going to engage the hulking thrall to attack it. Hang on a sec. Let's just get this right. Let's get the sort of let's get the actions right. First of all, he is going to focus his strength. So that takes him up to 4 strength. That's his first action. His second action is going to be to engage the hulking thrall to attack it, or attack the hulking thrall. And it says engage one monster in your space. So he does that, takes it off of Kate, and then he's going to roll his 3 dice, 4 dice, 5 dice for the knife. So he's rolling his 5 dice. He needs 5s or 6s. And we get 2 successes, which is very good. Just what we needed. 2 successes. That kills the hulking thrall. The hulking thrall has got a remnant on it, so he gets a remnant. And the hulking thrall goes into the deck like so. Does he get anything else? Doesn't need to recover anything. He's used all of his actions anyway, so he is done. It's just we've got Kate left to go now. Does she want us to? No, I think she's going to try and get some observation. So she's going to move for 1 into the whole school because she could potentially get a spell there. She's already focused her lore. I think what she'll do is she'll focus her will. She'll focus her will to give her 3 in will. Yeah. So she's moved and she's focused. So that's her 2 actions done. Hopefully next turn we can start laying the smackdown. So that was it for Kate, and that's it for the action phase. We'll move on to the monster phase. The High Priest is going to put his doom down. Really need to get hold of that and sort that out, because that's going to trigger again. That needs to be priority 1. Need to get Preston in there. He can move and then get in there. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So the priest has done that. We add terror. Oh god, that Wendigo is causing all sorts of nastiness at north side. So that's now 4 terror at north side. Make sure I'm putting it on the right one. That's north side. So that's another terror card on top of north side. the thrall's gone, we killed that. There's no other monsters around or that we're engaged in. So that is it for the monster phase. We move on to the encounter phase. And Zoe is going to have an encounter at the Rivertown, sorry. And Rivertown is up here. So the first thing she's going to do is have a terror test. And she's 0 to 1. The heavy swirling snow is making it impossible for your meagre fire to provide any useful heat. Test law. So she's law of 4. And we are going to test that. Oh my god, sorry, just didn't see that. Oh, that's so annoying. A 1 and 3 2s. Has she got anything she can do? She's got nothing. She's no re-rolls. Which means, unfortunately, she's going to lose her blessed because she's failed her test. Oh, that is annoying. And then we're going to fail it. If you fail, the biting cold makes you lose feeling in your extremities, suffer 1 damage, just to add insult to injury. We're going to suffer 1 damage. That is frustrating as anything, that is as frustrating as anything. Okay, so that's a terror, and then she's going to take her normal encounter at Rivertown. It's not the clue one, but she's at the Black Cave. You stumble across a group of armed men hauling a pair of crates out of the cave. Either give them a remnant to show that you've got something to trade, or start talking. We'll give the remnant. Hopefully that's guaranteed. And then it says, if you pass or spend a remnant, they do business with you. Gain the smuggler contact. Gain the smuggler contact. That sounds a bit like Zoe. Right, that's these ones up here. I would suggest anybody playing this game, don't ever... these are all alphabetical, so don't ever shuffle these. Smuggler. Smuggler's contact. There we go. What does that do? Smuggler's contact. Sheldon reputation. Spend any number of remnants to gain $1 for each remnant you spend. Okay, well, that's not as great as I thought, but that'll do. I suppose that's quite thematic. So that was it for Zoe. I'll then go on to Kate, who is going to have an encounter at the Hall School, but she's first of all going to have some terror at Central Kingsport. It's 2 to 3. A persistent howling wind begins to call your name. As you try to shut it out, you feel an angry presence pressing against you, threatening to bring death to others if you refuse to breathe in. Place 1 doom in your space unless you become tainted. Nope. 1 doom in my space. I'm not becoming tainted again. And that's it for that one. And then she gets her normal encounter at Central Kingsport, which is going to be at the Hall School. This yearbook once belonged to Asenath Waite. Inside you find an elaborate map to some unnamed hidden treasure. Following all the cryptic hints and sketches will take some time, but it might be worth it. You may become delayed to search for her hidden library. If you do, you find journals filled with occult notes and the diagrams. Gain 2 spells. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to become delayed for that, which means we turn her down like that. And we're going to grab 2 spells. I've already shuffled the spells, so we'll just take the top 2 off them. So her first spell for Kate is going to be Binding. Choose one monster on any space and test law using that monster's evade modifier. If you pass, exhaust the monster. Okay, that's pretty good. Take that. And then her second spell is Rack. Test law +1. Defeat one monster in your space with remaining health equal or lower than your test result. You may perform this action while engaged in a monster. Okay, that's good. She is still cursed though. She doesn't have to take a test yet, I don't think. And then we are finally on to the encounter phase for Preston. And he's at Central Kingsport. He take the top card and he's at the Congregational Hospital. You seize a chance to sneak into the hospital files and steal a photograph of the monstrous cadaver found in the basement. Gain 1 remnant. Lovely, that's 2 for Preston. You hear a nurse approaching you and must either sneak out while you can or bribe her to continue your search. You may spend $1 to gain an additional remnant. Well, he's already got 2, he's only got $1 left, so he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Okay, that's it for the encounter phase. We then move on to the the mythos phase. And we'll start off with Zoe. Zoe is going to draw. She is going to get a monster. So the monster from the back is a lupine thrall. Spawn at street nearest prey. Hunter move towards engage the lowest will. Well, we know will is Preston because he's got a will of 1. Kate's got 2, so that's going to go there. Remember, Mark, MB, it is there. Lupine thrall. So that's Preston's first. Oh, Zoe. That was Zoe's first. Oh, but it confuses me. But so it's spawning over here, but that was Zoe's first. It's still going to spawn there. Zoe's second is going to be a clue. So top card off the deck, and it's going to spawn at north side, handily. So that's going to go there. And then we're going to try and dig through the terror cards for north side. Take the top 2 cards off. Take those. Put that one in there. Do that. Do that. And then put the terror cards back on. And there we go. So that was it for Zoe. Then we're going to move on to Kate, and she's going to get a blank. She's got nothing that worries about her doing the blank, and then the second one for her is going to be a Doom, which is the back of the thing, and that's going to be, oh my god, Innsmouth Shore, and that's going to be the Marsh Refinery. And we'll discard that, and then we'll come back to that. It's got 6 on it, which means one of these comes off, one of those goes onto there, and those go off. That's 3 Doom on the scenario sheet. And then we're going to go to Preston. He's going to get a Reckoning. Okay. Right, let's work through the Reckonings. Reckoning on family inheritance. He's got no money on there. He's got no other Reckonings. Kate's got no Reckonings. Zoe has no Reckonings. The only Reckoning is place a space in Innsmouth and one in Kingsport. That's from the main card. One doom in any space. Well, let's put it, we're going to be going there, so let's put it there, and let's put that there. Kate can sort that out. That's Preston's first one, and then his second one is going to be a clue. And the clue is going to go East Town. East Town. One clue on East Town, and then we're going to grab the two cards. 1, 2. They're going to go there, like that. And that is it for the Mythos phase. Wow, this is getting a bit tetchy now. But we're going to move on to the action phase. Okay, so next action phase. Next action phase. Well, let's start with Kate, I think. Kate is going to stand up for one action. And second action, what she's going to do is try to ward. Does she? Or does she? She's got no dollars. She's got no dollars. Okay. No, we'll go with the ward action. She's going to be warding her observation of 4. Just move those out of the way because we're finished with those now. Four observation. She needs 6s. Come on. Come on, Kate. Yes! That's the main thing. We've got a 6, which does mean that her cursed has dropped off. She does only remove 1 doom, but that wasn't really the point. It was more about getting rid of cursed, which she's done. Okay, so that's it for Kate. Zoe. What can we do here? Okay, just trying to think. Actually, let's not do Zoe, let's do Preston. He's got some choices here. He's got some choices. Does that, if I exhaust a monster? Yeah, just try to think of binding. Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, I'm thinking about ahead of Kate. So Preston. He's going to try and put a clue onto the scenario sheet, first of all. Which means he's going to do a research action, observation of 3. Observation of 3. No. Now, 3 3s. He has got money talks. Spend it. No, he needs the dollar. He needs the dollar, so that's a fail, unfortunately. There we go. Oops, sorry. Wrong one. So Preston's second action is he's gonna move 1, 2, and then pay his dollar to go up to there. So he's now in Innsmouth, ready to take on the High Priest with his knife. So that's it for Preston. Kate's been, and then we've got Zoe to go. Zoe to go. She could be at the general store to still try and get the clue. Or does she... No, she's going to move. She's going to go 1, 2 to the train station as her first action. And her second action, she's going to try to ward, which is 4 dice for her. 4 dice for her. Come on, come on. Yes, she gets 2 successes, which means she gets 2 doom off of there, and because she's done 2 doom, she gets a remnant. I think that's how that works. Just double check. Warding. Hang on a sec. Let's look at the main rules. Ward action 494. Yeah, if you remove 2 or more doom as part of a ward action, you gain 1 remnant, which we did, which is awesome. That's good. So that is it for... Oh, left Preston up there. That is it for Zoe. She's moved and she's warded. That's good. She's ready to take on a bit of the Wendigo, hopefully. And that means we're on to the monster phase. He's going to spawn Terror. Oh, this is going to be nasty for... I think this is going to be nasty for Zoe. So there's 5 Terror in Northside now. The High Priest is going to put some doom down in Gilman's house, for he's about to be sorted out by Preston. And I think, the Lupine Thrall. Move towards and engage lowest will. So the Lupine Thrall is going to head towards... He's going to head towards Preston, but it can go there or there. Do I get to choose? Let me just show you what I mean. Oh, let's get the table cam up and running. Okay, here we go. What I'm saying here is that the Lupine Thrall can either go to the Congregational Hospital, or because it's going to be heading towards Preston, so it's going to go 1, 2 or 1, 2. Now if it goes there, it's going to engage with Kate. Do you have to go, or can you choose? I want to choose. I want to go 1, 2. This game's hard enough as it is. Hopefully I've got that right. Oops, sorry. Let's just turn that off. Oh. Okay. That's it for the monster phase. We are going on to the encounter phase, and we will start off, as we always do, with Zoe, who's going to first of all have a terror encounter at Northside. This is going to hurt. This is probably going to hurt. So north side, we take the top terror card, and there's 4+ on there. A voice of the wind on the wind calls to you as it caresses every syllable of your name. You begin to feel feverishly warm, craving the icy touch of winter. Test will -2. Test will -2. Well, she's got 4 will, so she's going to be rolling 2 dice. Only she was blessed. 2 dice. Come on, Zoe, you can do it. You can do it. And she succeeds with a 6. If you fail, blah blah blah. Whether you pass or fail, discard 2 terror from your neighbourhood. That is good. So those 2 go. That terror card goes. You can see it there. And then we draw a normal encounter card, which hopefully is the clue one, but top card. So that's that one. I'll put those back. And we have got north side. It is the clue one, and she's at the train station. The train arrived despite the storm, and your friend is here. Gain an ally. Nice. Gain an ally. Zoe is going to get, let's turn that dice cam off for a bit. She's going to get Olive McBride, ally Reckless Witch, 2 health, 3 sanity. That's good. Once per round, while resolving a test, you may re-roll any number of dice. If you do, place 1 doom in your space after that test. Well, that's cool. That's very cool. We'll take her, even for the sanity and health sake. That's good. You notice the crew unloading a large number of crates. You try to see what is in them. Observation. Oh, she's only got 1. 1 observation. She fails. She could spend Well, let's do an Olive McBride one already. So she's going to do a re-roll. No. So that means we place a doom in there. We don't get the clue. But what happens to this? I think it goes back to the top. Or, you know, back in the top 3. Right. Has to go back in the top 3 because otherwise you'll never get the clue off. So that's that. It for that goes back on top of there. Okay, that's it for Zoe's encounter phase. We'll move across to Kate, who's at Central Kingsport. No terror cards on there now, but it's got 2 terror there, so let's see what she gets. She's at the Hall School. A young woman introduces herself to you as Asnath and tells you about the strange books she saw here as a student. You ask if she still has any of them. So it's influence, so she's 2 influence. Let's see what we get. We fail. But we've got our lucky cigarette case. Once per round you may add one to the re-roll of one dice when resolving a test. We're not re-rolled. We've got nothing that causes us to re-roll, have we? Actually, let's spend our will to do a re-roll. But we get it anyway. If you pass, she gives you a knowing smile and pulls a book from her bag. Gain Eben Hall's journal. Gain Eben Hall's journal. Let's have a little look-see to see what we've got in Eben Hall's journal. Eben Hall's journal. Hopefully something to do with spells, etc. We have got Eben Hall's journal. You get +2 law while casting a spell. After you perform a gather resources action in Kingsport, you may test law -1 if you pass gain 1 spell. Oh, nice. So she's now law 6 when casting a spell. 4 currently +2. That's good. She's fast becoming a nice little spellcaster. So that's it for Kate and her. And then Preston. Preston is on a travel route, so there is a specific deck for travel routes. And we'll give those a shuffle because they're the first time they're on camera. Cat Weasel Cut. And then the top one. We are a country road. A recent windstorm has left the road blocked by a ravaged tree trunk. Test strength. So he is 4. He passes. If you pass, you haul the fallen log aside and go on your way. You may move 1 space or move to another country road. Yeah, let's move into there. That goes back because we've moved into that space. Preston now becomes engaged with the High Priest, and the High Priest has got 2 health, -1 strength, -1 evade, reward. After you defeat this monster as part of an attack, gain 1 spell. Okay, so he's engaged with the High Priest. We're already past the monster phase, that's good. So that's it for Preston. And there you go, we're all good. We're all good. And apart from now getting to the delightful mythos phase. Oops. Right, we're on to the mythos phase and we'll start off with Zoe. She is going to get a headline. Okay, so top card of the headline deck, and then it's going to be Test Will. She's just a straight will. So she's a will of 4. Ooh. Typical MB roll in there. 3 1s, but importantly a 5, so we pass. So test will and resolve the effect based on your skull. 0, you become cursed. 1 to 2, you gain $3 and become cursed. And 3 plus, you gain $3. Ouch! Right, we gain $3 for Zoe. Which takes her up to 5, but she bloody becomes cursed. She's gone from being blessed to being cursed in a couple of bits. So that was her first one. Zoe's second one is a blank. And then we're going to go on to Kate. And she gets a headline. Oh, I hate these headlines. You suffer 1 damage for each monster in your neighbourhood. 1 monster. So she takes the damage. So that was her first one. Her second one is going to be, that's the last one in the bag, spread Doom. So Doom is going to go north side. There. And the train station becomes the unstable space. These all go back in the bag because we then move on to Preston. Give them a shuffle. First one for Preston is going to be a clue. That's handy. And the clue is going to be in Rivertown. Rivertown gets one. And top 2 cards off of Rivertown. Let me shuffle those through. Rivertown done. And then the last one for Preston is going to be, oh, he loves a reckoning. Preston loves a reckoning. Okay, right, I think we've only got one. Oh, family inheritance, don't need to worry about. The only other reckoning, Kate's got no reckonings, Zoe's got no reckonings, is Place of Doom in Kingsmouth and Innsmouth. And then we go there, and then we go. Let's do it all there, so then hopefully Preston can mop all that lot up. And that is it for the Mythos phase. And we will call it there. We will say that's it for episode 2. Hopefully next term, this next episode, we're going to actually kill the blinking Wendigo, because we seem to be farting around a little bit at the minute. Well, I am. But I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're liking the series. I do love this game. It's really good fun. Lots of moving pieces to try and keep a hold of, but hopefully you'll keep me on the straight and narrow. If you like what I'm doing, like what the channel's doing, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really does make a big difference. We do have a Discord channel as well, but the details will be in the description. So if you want to join the Discord, post up there. Quite an active community of close friends and the like on there, that are sort of posting out what we're doing and also what's coming down on the channel. But for now, we'll call that it on episode 2. So tutty bye.